It's important to take your mental health seriously, to accept where you are right now, but also not to allow yourself to stay right where you are right now, because tomorrow can be brighter.
Get your daily dose of motivation on the Motivational Moments with Michelle podcast. In Motivation with Michelle podcast, you'll get encouraging, uplifting, and life-changing wisdom that will transform your world at your fingertips, 24-hour a day. Get a fuller, deeper revelation of the tools you can implement to see incredible transformation in your life from Michelle Newstetter's powerful teachings. Tune in whenever you need to be edified, uplifted, or a dose of motivation, no matter where you are. Subscribe to Motivational Moments with Michelle podcast with Michelle Newstetter today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SoundCloud.
Hey there, and welcome to this Wednesday Word of Wisdom. My name is Michelle Newstetter, and I'm really glad that you're joining me today. When you're depressed, that low mood can last for weeks at a time. Depression does things like it can drain your energy, create fatigue, no motivation to do anything in your world. And this can make it really difficult to muster up the desire or the strength to do anything. But there's hope. There are small things that we can do that really help us to feel more in control. But I do need you to have some grace and some compassion for yourself and to meet yourself right where you are. Depression is a little bit more common than sometimes we think. There are millions of people that suffer with depression. You are not alone. You might not realize how many people out there are facing similar challenges, similar emotions, similar obstacles. It's important to take your mental health seriously, to accept where you are right now, but also not to allow yourself to stay right where you are right now, because tomorrow can be brighter. The key to depression is to be open and accepting of where you are right now, to be loving towards yourself and what you're going through. Every day is different. What's happening today is not indicative of what will happen tomorrow. If you were unsuccessful at getting out of bed today or accomplishing any goals today, don't worry. You haven't lost tomorrow's opportunity to try again. Give yourself some grace to accept and to see that while some days might be really difficult, there are also going to be days that are great. That negative, irrational voice in your head might try really hard to talk you out of doing things to help yourself. However, if you can learn to recognize it, you can also learn how to replace it. A long to-do list might be so weighty that you'd rather do nothing. Instead of making a long list of tasks, consider setting one or two smaller goals. Simple things like watering your plants or taking a bath. Depression can push you to give into your fatigue, to that low motivation where you're like, meh, I really just don't feel like doing it. So make sure that anything that you put on your goals or your to-do list that you create isn't lengthy tasks. Like you don't want to be doing laundry or washing dishes right away. The goal of helping yourself isn't entirely to get rid of all the feelings instantaneously. We have to acknowledge them. We have to take steps towards having more control over our feelings. We have to try to push back and do something we love or something that's relaxing but energizing. It could be listening to music, it could be painting, it could be going for a walk. There's so many potential options available to you, but we do want to do something that's simple enough but create some energy for us. These activities provide these subtle little lifts in our mood and our energy, which help us to overcome our symptoms. And remember, all goals are worthy of recognition, no matter how quote unquote small you think they are. All of our successes are worthy of celebration. And you know what? Today it might be just getting out of bed. That might be a celebration-worthy activity. That might be a celebration-worthy activity. When you achieve a goal, do your best to recognize it. The memory of a job well done might be especially powerful against that negative self-talk. Now, we can also incorporate meditation, which helps us to start to ground our thoughts. See, stress, anxiety, that kind of thing can prolong our depression symptoms. Finding relaxation techniques can help us to start to lower our stress and invite more joy and more balance into our day. Research suggests activities like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, and even journaling can help us improve our sense of well-being and feel more connected to what's happening around us. Now, I know it's such a buzzword, but self-care is so important. What you eat, what you drink affects how you feel. Now, there's no magic diet that's going to treat your depression, but what you put into your body has a real and significant impact on the way that you feel. Some people feel better and have more energy when they avoid sugar. But the biggest change you can make for yourself is to drink water. See, dehydration actually zaps your brain's energy. It impedes your brain's serotonin production, that happy chemical, and it increases strength in our body. All of our brain's functions require energy. And if our brain doesn't have enough energy, it gets run down and then it starts shutting off processes that we don't need in order for it to conserve energy to keep us going. And so this can result in a ton of different mood disorders, because if our logic brain isn't running, then it's our emotion brain that takes over. And emotional reasoning sucks. Serotonin, that happy chemical that is impacted by our hydration levels, is created from the amino acid tryptophan. But a lot of water is needed to keep it working. Dehydration negatively impacts other amino acids in our body too, resulting in feelings of dejection, inadequacy, anxiety, irritability. I can't stress enough how important drinking water is and how it can help to reduce the negative psychological thoughts and feelings. Now, I don't want to take away from what you're feeling in any way, shape, or form, but there are some simple steps that might almost seem frustrating for us that help us to move through that depression, to just give ourselves tiny little boosts that help us to feel a little bit better. So remember, self-care things like eating, even if it's just the smallest amount that we can find, and just doing it a little bit more regularly. Lots of water. Activities like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, or journaling. Not even something that has to take a long time. You can do it for a very short period of time. Just give yourself that little boost. And remember to keep your to-do list small and simple. You want to have something to celebrate. So don't set yourself up for failure. Let's set you up for success. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this has added value to you. Now let's break through some barriers.